Hey traders, Jason here from Levitt Brothers. So in this video I'm going to talk about what I consider to be my favorite indicator and why it supports a continuation of the market's health. Okay, my top indicator, if you want to call it an indicator, is just simply looking beneath the surface and looking at hundreds of charts and then gauging how well they're acting. Okay, if I look at 500 charts and a lot of them are just acting really well, trending up, respecting levels, respecting moving averages, breaking out to new highs on multiple time frames. If generally speaking, there's a lot of charts that are just acting well, then the market's in good shape. Okay, it actually doesn't even matter what the indexes look like. If there are a lot of good, healthy looking charts beneath the surface, the market is going to stay in an uptrend. Okay. If there's a mixed bag, some good long, some good shorts, just kind of a mishmash, then the market's more neutral and not a whole lot to get excited about. And of course, if there's a lot of stocks trending down, then that tells you too. So right now, the debate about the current market is really intensifying. Technicians will say, "Hey, market's trending up. We got all-time highs here." A lot of fundamental type analysts will cite, an overbought level because some of the fundamentals are getting stretched. This is how I look at the market. This is how I gauge the market. I look underneath the surface and I just get a general idea of like how many charts are acting well. And when I do this, my conclusion is that the market's in good shape. It is likely to continue up. I can't say how long and I can't say what's going to happen in the next day or two, but overall the market's in good shape and it's much more likely to continue up than continue down. Okay, week by week, month by month. I can change my mind based on how the charts look, but that's how I view things. So in this video, I'm going to show you examples of what I see when I look beneath the surface. Okay, so here's a firm. You can see nice rounded bottom pattern that takes place over the course of 2 years. One more dip over here, and then we get, resistance here is not perfect, but about $50. You have like a 3-year base underneath $50, and now we got a breakout to 3-year high. Okay, this is fantastic. Okay, there's a lot of charts that look just like this. Okay, Amazon, this is all-time high territory for Amazon. Both serves businesses and, of course, consumers with their retail operations. So all-time high for Amazon. BWXT, this is a new high. So steady trend up, consolidate, breakout, lots of volume over here as you can see, and it continues up. Okay, this is fantastic. Like you look under the surface, you see a lot of charts that look like this, and could they be overbought? Sure. But when you have a single stock could be overbought, but when a lot of stocks are looking like this, it's not likely the market is overbought. CLS, same thing, moved up, came down, double touch on its 50-day moving average over here at $40. And then ramped up. Okay, could this be a top? Sure. Could it use some backing and filling? Sure. But this tells us the market is healthy. Coinbase, let me see if I back this up. So obviously with Bitcoin doing really well, we got a big bull pattern here, kind of a cup over here. Okay, can draw a trend line over here, although I wouldn't say that's perfect trend line because I think the pattern over here, and then we got a new trend line. But anyways, we got a volume breakout to a multi-year high. What's not to like? Okay, what's not to like? A breakout to a new high on a long-term time frame. Docu. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, another stock that going back to 2022, we got a long drawn-out base here, and you can see volume over here steady up many weeks. And this price over here is the highest level since way back in middle of 2022. So we're talking about a 2-year high on volume coming out of a base. HIMS, let me back this one up. So, you zoom in with this one and it looks like a mess, but if you zoom out, you see, what you see is the stock goes public over here, and then you see long drawn out consolidation pattern, breaks out on volume to an all-time high. Okay, that's bullish. Honest company. Okay, not an all-time high, but we got, breakout there. We got a long base here, consolidate for a couple months, support from the 50, breaks out. Look at all this volume here, breaks out on high volume to a 2-year high. HUT in the crypto space. Similar type thing. I'll box this in. We got a base that goes back 2 years, then we got a volume breakout to a 2-year high. IonQ, similar situation, a little bit messier of a chart. Double bottom pattern on a long-term time frame. Takes out the hump there on volume. Check that out. Okay, so you get a double bottom and a breakout to a new high on volume. That's super bullish. Meta, steadily trending up. NVIDIA at new highs, steadily trending up. Palantir, went public in the post-COVID euphoria, huge rounded bottom pattern, and then just ramped up here. Took out the early high there. Not that that was a special number. I tend not to care about highs that are way back here when you have this, all this void space here. But we got a steady trend up that hit it, that accelerated recently. It's sitting at all-time high territory. Roblox, coming out of a 2+ year base, decent volume over here. So 2-year breakout. Can't really complain about that. Rubrik, here's a software company that went public earlier this year, and you can see, came down, messy, new high now. Reddit, same thing, went public, several months of just up and down in a range, new high. Rocket Lab, really nice base here. Resistance, I'd say it's like right there, but you have like a really nice, long, drawn-out 2-year consolidation pattern. Breaks out, pauses, and then doing really well. And it just now today with earnings took out the previous high. SE, this was a huge winner back in the COVID days. It's been basing. As you can see, broke out here. So this, the high over here is the highest level since, since way back early 2022. So a 2-year high. Okay, and the point of all this is just to say, when you have stocks that are breaking out to 2-3-year highs on volume, like that's bullish. Okay, that's not what you see at the beginning of a bear market. Okay, a bear market tends to have weakness, beneath the surface as the indexes chop around. The indexes might even push higher, but there's like weakness below the surface, and I don't see that right now. Okay, Shack Shake breakout to like a 3-year high, pretty close to the all-time high there. Shopify, another stock from way back that is breaking out here. Trend line over there at 90 is not perfect, but we have like almost a 3-year base breakout on volume to a new high. SMR, as you can see, went public back in end of 2020. Dead stock, comes up here. Little bit of resistance, I guess you can say 16 there, 16 there. Boom, huge surge through 16, now in the mid-20s. Okay, this is really bullish. Okay, even if it pulls back here and digests the gains for a little while, still very bullish setup. SoFi stock gets a lot of coverage online. It's got a kind of a little bit of a cult following, but huge rounded bottom pattern going back almost 3 years. Breakout here at 12, so basically like almost a 3-year high here. Maybe not a 3-year high, like 2.5-year high on pretty strong volume over there. Square did incredibly well, then got crushed. Now basing over here. Resistance isn't perfect, but you can see, we got a 2-year base here, and the stock right now is just coming out of that base with strong volume. Okay, that's bullish. TrueCar, certainly not a leader with regards to how influential it is at the index level, but consumer-facing stock basing for almost 3 years, breaks out on strong volume to an almost 3-year high. That's bullish. Okay, a couple more here. Tesla. Tesla, obviously an emotional stock for a lot of people. But however you want to call it, whatever, if you don't like it, don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to trade it. But you can't deny that we had a huge run up over here, consolidate up here for 2-3 years, and now we just got a huge breakout to a multi-year high. Twilio, zoom in a little bit. Okay, huge run up, huge gains, gave a ton of it back. Resistance here at 80, You can see support there, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there. Big base going back almost 3 years. Now we got a volume breakout. It's really bullish. Upwork, similar thing. Big base. And now over here coming out to a multi-year high. One more, Wolf, another crypto name. Big base over here, lagging Bitcoin like most of them are, but coming out here, we got support there at the 50, breaks out over here, strong volume, now up here at its highest level since way back in early 2022. Okay, so my point here is that when I look at 500, 600, 700 charts, I see a lot of these types of charts: long bases, breakouts, volume, multi-year highs. This is characteristic of an uptrend, of a healthy market. It's not how bear markets form. Could the market run into a soft patch? Yeah, anything goes day to day, week to week. But overall, there's enough really good looking charts that the market isn't likely to be in any type of topping formation just yet. All right, hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you next time.